All right, we're back. Episode 20 of Boots and Scarves. This is the Managers in Football episode. Okay, now, before I kick it off, literally, I want to, not 10 seconds ago, Graham just got on the line because he got the call.
He's going to the podcast. He's doing the beer leagues.
There
Never mind talking about the managers. That's all right.
There was an injury, so we had to call him up. So anyway,
Because one person's a fucking wimp.
Anyway, Graham, thank you very much for jumping on.
No problem.
And salute to Brendan. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm not too bad.
Good. And Stefan for orchestrating the whole thing.
Fucking Ottawa.
Yeah, fucking Ottawa. All right. Question one goes to Stefan. As usual, 11 questions for the podcast. Everyone gets a turn to answer. So, kick it off with this. Do we need them? Do they honestly make a difference? And why can't the players just sort themselves out? Steph.
Have you seen Zlatan's ego? Like, come on. All these players, the amount of money you make, have so much fucking ego. You need somebody to come in and crack them across the head and say, no, you play for the back, the name on the front of the jersey, not the back.
Right.
But originally, managers were brought in to have that barrier between media and ownership with the players. That's the origin of managers. Before, it was just a bunch of guys. All right, well, Bob, you're good here. You play there. Okay, Jim, that's fine. I'll go play there. Hey, Jimmy, you're better here. All right, Terry, I'll go play there. Next problem.
Right.
But unfortunately, money came involved. Egos became involved. And come on. What year was it? Chelsea player. I can't remember the name. He refused to be subbed off.
It was last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was the goalkeeper.
Oh.
No. What's the goalkeeper? It was somebody, but somebody refused to be subbed off. Chelsea's right, but yeah, they refused to be subbed off.
Yeah, it was last year. It was in the Copa, the League Cup there.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a red card?
No. And it's actually in the rules. If a manager wants you subbed off, you don't have to go off.
Oh, okay.
No, but you ain't getting no time again.
Yeah, you're not going to get the next game.
He
No.
wanted to take him out because the keeper he wanted to put in was better at penalties. And he's like, I just played the full 120. Why the fuck? No.
Right.
So he stayed in and he won. If he lost, it would have been something else. But he won,
Right.
so.
Brendan?
Anyone who asks that question doesn't know football, doesn't know sports. It's as simple as that. When it comes down to it, your manager's there. It's not just to keep the players in line. There's a game style that he needs to be played. And some game styles are better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Some managers are better than others. And managing your players and knowing their players. You can't just have 11 random guys go out there and kick a fucking ball about.
Right. Graham?
Yeah, basically, just I actually agree with Brendan. You need the manager. We've had the manager since goddamn Notts County. Notts County, it's in 1862. They've had managers since then. So basically, you've had how many managers over the course of the years? Yes, we need managers. Of course we do. They bring a different style, and they can basically. It's just like your bosses at work, basically. Yes, they are very important. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Point and case. Brendan, would it be a bad idea to have a fan appreciation match where the fans get to vote on the starting 11?
Yes. Well, like, what the fuck? As much as us fans think we know about football, we don't know anything about going on in that locker room. And we don't know, like, say in the USL and even in the CPL, we're new. We don't fucking know half the guys that we're playing against. The managers sure as hell do. If we had a fucking fan start 11, holy shit. That would be like, oh my God. This ain't no all-star game.
When we were in the USL, people knew players in the USL, and most of them were ours, and I had no idea. Anyway,
Unless
Graham,
there's a time we get our hearts broken by Charlie Ward.
yeah, that's true. That is true. Graham, do you think
Sorry,
it
what
would
was
be
the question
a
again,
nifty-
Anton?
So would you think it would be a nifty idea, like a fan appreciation night where the fans get to vote on the starting 11?
Yeah, that'll be a good idea. Yeah, definitely. Especially
Yeah?
with the performances. Yeah, that'd be a really good idea. I mean, of course, common sense prevailing, of course, but yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't put Stefan and Anton in the middle of the pitch, you know?
Oh shit.
Anton's more of a center back.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stefan.
It could be a good idea if you treat it like an all-star game mentality. Maybe a postseason game. Make it a charity event.
Sure.
You put in your money, like say, okay, to vote to have your starting 11, you got to put in $20. The charity is, in Villa's case, Acorns. Let's say with Ottawa, the food bank. Argument's sakes. You do something like that. We have a postseason charity game. Have it for fun, for kicks. They already do it for every all-star game in North America. So North America-wise, this is right up our alley. I don't see it happening in Europe, though.
Or in actual season games.
But not.
I saw the eye shifting, so all right, Graham, do you give half a shit about a manager's attire, be it a three-piece suit or a sweatsuit? No?
No way. No, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. You're the
No?
manager. You do whatever you want. That's okay. I mean, hey,
Whatever.
tracksuit, as long as you're not naked, that's the main thing. I don't, okay? I wouldn't
Anton
agree
and I
with
know exactly the stand-up routine.
that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Steph, do you give a shit?
Kinda. Look, how many times did O'Neill, when he coached for Sunderland, for Villa, wore the fucking tracksuit? Are you getting on the pitch? No. You're the manager. Dress for the job. You're not running with the boys. You're not kicking the ball with the boys. Dress accordingly. My dad would kick. If my dad saw the internationals match when I coach wearing a fucking kit, he would crack me upside the head and tell me to act my age. Or my mother's parlance would be act your age, not your shoe size. So when I coach, it was a polo t-shirt and a pair of shorts. That's fine. I'm not asking you to go fucking Peaky Blinders. I'm just asking you, don't look like the lads are running on the field because you know what? You're a sub now. My mentality.
So
Jackie's been injured. Dino, you're going in. No, John Terry, you're going in. Jackie's been injured.
Brendan, do you care?
For the most part, no. But in a sense, whatever you decide to wear, act the part of what you're wearing. Don't be like fucking DeCanio wearing a full fucking suit and then sliding across the pitch because someone went up. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you want to be a clown, dress like a clown.
Anton, Paul Mariner, TFC.
Yeah.
This guy would wear the TFC polo shirt, but the TFC shorts. And he would be running up and down the field, like squatting. The joke was, oh, we didn't win, but I bought a great new workout video. Paul Mariner's sideline coaching.
All right, Brendan, in 2010, Maradona was managing Argentina, and he did a shit job. Now, is it necessarily a good idea that ex-footballers of his status or caliber become managers of countries or clubs?
There's absolutely no reason whatsoever they can't if they can manage.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to hire a nutcase, expect for a fucking nut show to happen. The manager, it matters to, like, obviously the manager matters, but their background matters as well. Definitely, I think on the international level where players demand respect and they want somebody who has been there and can understand them. And there's no one other than Maradona who could have led Argentina with that type of stature to himself. I think where the problem comes in is off the pitch antics is what drew the media to him. So you keep a cool head and there's absolutely no problem with it, but I think it's more off the pitch where the where he wasn't criticized like enough for. Honestly, like he should have been torn apart more than half the time. Even now, after the last World Cup.
Mm-hmm. Graham.
It just depends on really on how the manager is. I mean, if you come back as a player or if you come back to the club as a legendary status, the fans are holding you in high regard from the days you were a player.
Yeah.
So basically what it is like we've had that before in Ross County and things like that. Like we've had players come back and they've been in the legendary status, but then as they come back as managers, they're absolutely shit.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh man, that
Yeah.
was really disappointing, you know?
Right.
So I mean, it just depends on really how it is. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So I mean, with Dean Smith, I think it's working out quite well at Villa. So yeah, it just depends really.
Mm-hmm. Stefan.
Well, let's put it to some of our viewers who understand. Wayne Gretzky.
Fuck you. I was gonna say the same thing.
Worst coach in NHL history. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the point I was gonna make was look at all the media hype leading up to his first game.
Yeah.
Right? It was mad. Absolute mad. Sorry.
Okay,
Stefan.
so I'm an idiot right now. So did Messi ever coach?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
I actually think Messi would have been a better coach
Well, he's-
Okay.
because he wasn't a superstar. He was a star, but he wasn't superstar.
Mm-hmm.
he
So
was
no,
superstar.
you have to know what you're doing. That's what the whole idea of coaching badges are. You have to earn your stripes to get to that level.
Right.
It doesn't matter who you are, but guess what? That's nice. You're Pele. Guess what? There's the line. Go join the line.
No. Do it in patois.
Go join the line.
He has a good point. I think the question should have been, should they just be able to jump into the role that, as in Maradona
Versus-
did, instead
fair
of working their way up? Yeah, but he did. Like, I'm pretty sure he did club in Argentina. I'm pretty sure he did like work other places, but
It's the Argentinian league.
it's a decent league.
All right. Graham.
The MLS of North America. Of South America.
Graham, which is easier and which is more difficult in your opinion, being a club manager or an international?
I would say it's being more of a club manager because you have more of a turnover. You have more of a risk of being let go sooner now.
That one's more difficult?
Yeah.
Okay, so easier to go at being international?
Yeah, definitely. Because basically, well, depending on obviously what country it is, but if you go for the big ones, I mean, they always stick to the same manager for quite a while. Of course, obviously, if you've got different players, it's all dependent on the players, of course. Like
Right.
obviously with England,
Right.
Yeah. So
Let's not talk about them.
yeah,
Let's not talk about Southgate right now.
exactly.
Anyway, Brendan.
I just want somebody to argue with today, so Graham, you're getting it.
Yeah.
No, I would say club side is way easier. Once you get to international manager status, you were supposed to be the best of the best. You've done your work at club level, and now you're being rewarded with harder work. You're supposed to take a team, let's use England. It doesn't even matter if the nation isn't that good at football. You look at even Canada, and you look at the Canadian supporters. You put somebody in that lineup that nobody agrees with, or if it's a controversial decision,
Right.
that manager, if it doesn't work out, he's getting torn apart.
Right.
Where on club side, you have a little bit more time to experiment.
Yes.
You're right. They do have more time, and they're able to bring in players of their liking, but you have to look at the international side. They might only have one tournament. If they don't do what their club expects, they're fucking gone. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
And you also have to take into consideration there's two sides to every contract, and both sides have to try their best to uphold their end of the bargain. Stefan?
Well, the club is easier. You spend more time with the players. You get to learn the players. You're international. You have maybe a week with the players and 2 games to try and figure out how your team works. And then that's it for a month. International is always going to be the hardest. So, yeah, it's easier to be a club manager than an international manager. I'm not going to lie. If somebody said, hey, Stefan, you have all your coaching badges. You can coach Ottawa or Canada. Dude, I'm taking Ottawa over Canada. I'm sorry. That's gonna be a lot easier job. Trust me, if I went Canada, people think I drink a lot now. Sunshine. That's not even close to what my drinking habit would be afterwards.
And that's if we played at home on a rainy day. So,
Yeah. In Saskatoon.
Stefan, can you name a manager that was most influential during his playing career?
We can go. I'm sure I'm stealing two answers. We can go Zidane when he goes to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Or we can go very recently as Lampard. He was doing well at Derby. I don't think he should have went to Chelsea.
Why? He's doing fucking great there.
Yeah, no, but the thing is,
Look at the restrictions he was under, and he brings them back to Euro.
No. Yeah, but it's Abramovich. It's
Oh.
Abramovich. That's the thing is, yeah, he got a restriction. But if he doesn't do something this season coming up, he's fucked.
He's not fucked. He's done a good job, I think.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing is Abramovich wants a trophy. He wants pretty. He likes shiny things. Lampard doesn't give him a shiny thing. Abramovich is going, oh, well, he's not a good manager. Fire him. Well, why? He's doing well. He's developing the kids. No, I don't have a shiny thing this year. Fire him. I want a shiny thing every year. And that's the thing is, he could have went somewhere else. When they're talking about him going back to Chelsea, I'm like, no, don't go to Chelsea. AVB could have done well at Chelsea, except Abramovich wanted a shiny thing. But the problem was, AVB was trying to phase out the older players, and the older players went to Abramovich and said, he's not playing us. We don't want it. So then they kicked AVB out. I think AVB could have had a decent shot. He did well with Porto.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think Lampard would have done better if he got another go at Derby.
Brendan?
Sorry, the question was which one had
a manager who was very influential during his playing career.
Okay, so if we're going with that question, it's Lampard. Like, you know,
Lampard.
He's one of the best English midfielders of all time. And
clearly, yes. No debatable.
No, I don't think it is.
No.
Like, if we're going off the modern game, and like I said in previous podcasts, it's opinionated and it's my opinion and it's what I grew up watching. I do agree with Zidane.
Yes.
But I didn't watch him as much. Like, he was coming to the end of his career in 2006, right when I was getting into football, really.
Right.
So, like, Lampard, I was able to watch a hell of a lot more of, at least. And Lampard, he's like, you can't take any of his stats away from him, all of his trophies, everything he's done for Chelsea. So for him to be offered a job at Chelsea, I don't think he could have refused that. And if I remember correctly, didn't his dad play there and shit as well? Like, wasn't he a Chelsea boy? Like, you grew up a Chelsea fan, though. Like,
I don't know, Graham. Yeah. Graham, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I think he did grow up. Like, he was one of their own, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think you could take anything away from him from wanting to do what he's done, and he's done a great job so far.
Right. So, Graham, your pick.
I'm going to go with Steven Gerrard.
Yeah?
From Liverpool, yeah. Basically what it is he helped them out a lot. He kind of carried them along his back, and then now he's actually done very well at Rangers right now. He's doing really good. You're welcome, Stu. He's doing very well up there.
Shout out, Stu. All right. Let's go back to Stefan.
Okay.
So John Herdman, he was appointed the job at the Canadian men's national team from being formerly at the Canadian women's national team. Was that move justified?
Hell to the fuck no.
Okay, next.
No, I'll explain. When he came on board, he said, he said, we're responsible. We're going to look at the U18, the U21 women's. Like, we're going to be on board. We're going to follow everything. Yeah. The younger women failed to qualify for every fucking competition when he was in charge.
Mm.
He only got that promotion because he brought a brand. He had a name because more or less, he rode Sinclair's name, rode her coattails. And then, well, these other England's looking at hire him. This country's looking. well, we can't lose Herdman. We'll just promote him to the men's side. Really? He had a decent team that he inherited. He didn't build this team. He inherited the fucking thing.
Well, yeah.
So, no, he doesn't. It wasn't justified. He's a fucking idiot. He let his kid come to a Canada game wearing an Argentina Messi jersey.
Boo.
I'm sorry. Daddy coaches for Canada. At least just wear a plain Canada kit. Don't wear an Argentina t-shirt.
It's not even the same color scheme. Anyway,
Yes.
Brendan.
I don't follow much of definitely the women's side. I don't follow much women football. Definitely the Canadian side, and until like the Canadian Premier League, I barely followed the Canadians men's side.
Mm-hmm.
But when the news broke that he took over the men's job, it was headlines. It really was definitely in the footballing, because I'm pretty sure this is like the first time that's really happened. I could be wrong.
Yes. No, you are correct.
Okay. So it made headlines. And at first I was like, really? But then
Right.
you gotta think, and I'm gonna come from 2 points of view here. From the start, I was like, wow, like, you know, if they believe that he's proven that he knows football, he knows football. Listen, it's the same sport.
Yep.
Let's just see if he could do it at a higher level. I don't think there was anything wrong with giving him the opportunity after everything he did do for the women's team. Now, you could complain with stuff and say that he did nothing, but I disagree. And this is where other point of view I'm coming from, where I disagree, because if you look at the Women's World Cup when it was in Canada, there was two faces of that tournament. It was Sinclair and it was him.
Yeah.
He was really everywhere.
Yep.
So for the Canadian men's side right now, and they're trying to grow the game in Canada so much, a lot of people in Canada know who he is more than a lot of the players on that team.
Right.
So I think he can help grow the game even more if he succeeds. If they qualify for the next World Cup, which is pretty possible right now, I would say. I think they have a pretty good chance. I don't think there's anything wrong with promoting within a country's female to men's side, as long as they've proven themselves. And I think he did. I think he did a good job, and I think he's doing an okay job right now.
Cool. Graham.
Yeah, just like Brendan, I don't really, I know obviously follow them when they play, but I mean, I don't know. There was more options out there. I'm sure there was, like you guys have said. But I mean, hey, just give the guy a chance and see what he can do. I mean, you never know, right?
Right. Exactly.
Now, I'll say this before we go on to the next one.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anton, I think Jen would be proud of my little rant because she inspired it. Because
Oh, okay. Shout out to Jen. All right, Stefan, who's going to replace him once he's gone?
the glory French, Canadian, Portuguese lad, Mark DeSantos. Why
Okay.
not? He's getting shafted at Vancouver. If he's going to get shafted, at least let's get shafted at a national level. Forget this MLS shit. You're going to get screwed over. Go big or go home.
Gotcha. Graham, who would you like to see as a Herdman's replacement?
Basically, yeah, Mark DeSantos is definitely the guy that I think would be. I mean, he obviously got all of his teams that he's managed seems to have gone basically higher and higher.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's happening at Vancouver right now. I obviously don't pay attention right now.
Right.
He'd probably be one of the top contenders for sure.
Okay,
Graham,
Brendan,
it's okay. Vancouver fans don't even pay attention to what's going on at Vancouver.
Brendan, are we going 3 for 3?
So I don't know a lot of managers in the Canadian football world. And I do think it's very important when you hire an international manager. They do two things. They speak both languages of the national team, and they know the game. And there's no one better than Mark DeSantos. Like, come on, like.
Brendan.
I think even when Herdman took over, a lot of people were pushing for DeSantos to take that spot. So DeSantos all the way.
I'd like to take this moment to point out that Graham is frozen, and it looks like he's taking a massive shit at St. Andrews.
Yeah, he does.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh my God.
It's bad. I'm paying attention to her.
Graham, can you hear us?
Well,
No?
go ahead.
Okay. No, he's
All
gone.
right, he clicked off, but
He's
don't
a
worry.
goner.
Graham's phone died, according to Nicole.
Wow.
He died shitting. He did an Elvis Presley. Okay, well, Brendan.
Well, we're working on getting him back in, so let's continue.
Let me ask. I was about to ask the question. Fucking twat. Anyway,
Asshole.
Brendan, Messi is rumored to leave Barcelona. Bullshit. He's going. Which manager do you think would he most likely choose to play for, or would most likely influence his choice?
Honestly, the very first question of the podcast was, do managers matter? And of course they do. But for certain players, they don't. Certain players like the Messis, like the Ronaldos, will go out there and play their football no matter what, no matter who says anything. He's going to wherever he thinks he has the best chance of winning or wherever gives him the most money. It has nothing to do with anyone in that room as far as I'm concerned.
Gotcha. Steph.
Well, he still has a contract for the 20 to 21 season, so it doesn't matter. He's throwing a fucking fit. He's being a petulant child right now.
What do you mean? He's one of the greatest players around. He wants to start winning some more. He wants to prove that he's the best of all time. And like Ronaldo, he's played it all over the place. And now it's time for Messi to. He's not being a bitch. He has all rights to bitch.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he signed a contract.
So
they have rules.
Okay, well,
you want to
Barcelona's
leave,
not
there's a
holding their
release
end up,
clause,
probably.
fine. You want to leave, and I don't know.
Messi was probably...
Dusseldorf wants to sign you, and you agree to them. You know what? Pay your own release clause. Welcome to the world.
Sorry, go.
So no, he's not. He's gonna go wherever Pepe is. He's gonna go with the biggest cocksucker for Messi is, and that's Pepe. Pepe will suck Messi's cock regardless where it's been.
Whether it's a schlong or a schlort, he's getting on it.
Okay, so he's grabbing the charger. So
okay,
welcome. This is our first really screwed up podcast. No, that's a lie. We had one that Anton refuses to admit exists.
Can we move on to the next question?
And then when he joins in, we'll give him. Yeah, you got it.
Maybe we could be the Graham Hour.
So,
there's the Graham Norton show and the Graham Whitehead episode.
So, with Brendan, with everyone praising managers winning Champions League titles, you know, would they be considered good managers if they had the financial issues as that of lower teams?
Yes, because good managers manage and they get promoted in the sense of you do well with a shit team on a shit budget, you work your way up. Mm-hmm. And even if you don't win with those shittier teams, people know what they're looking for. People see what they're able to do with what they have. Money doesn't make managers. Managers make money.
Gotcha. Steph?
I'm more of a I never really paid attention to you before, but can you do it with a shit team? Like everyone calls Jose Mourinho the special one, but the only team that I really care about that he did was he with it was the Portuguese club. Was it Porto or the other one?
I thought it was Porto.
Yeah.
Didn't you win Porto the Champions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Porto, it's
pretty sure it's Porto.
That's it. And he's coming back in, so when our viewers are looking at weird that there's somebody randomly joining in.
There he is. There he is. Hey!
Here we go.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Two questions for you, Graham. Okay.
Yeah.
First one is this. So, you know, everyone's talking about Messi possibly or definitely leaving Barcelona, depending what side of the fence you're on. So, which manager do you think is going to influence his choice, or is most likely, or is he most likely to choose to play for?
Honestly, I think he's probably thinking of like a Manchester United. Man City.
Man City, yeah.
Definitely, because I think Pep might be the best one for him for sure. Yeah.
All right. And second question, to catch up to everyone else,
Exactly.
with everyone praising managers winning Champions League titles, would they be considered good managers had they had the financial issues as that of lower teams?
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time, Anton?
So managers get praised for winning big trophies like Champions
Right.
League titles, right?
Yeah.
So would they be equally considered good or great managers had they had the financial issues as that of lower teams?
Well, it just depends on how you actually manage the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? It depends. You can always manage a good team. It depends on how you actually manage the actual team and how you prepare everything. You know,
Right.
you don't have to have the financial clout of everybody else. I'm not sure exactly how expensive Leicester City's team was back in 15
Right.
or something like that.
Right.
I don't know. It all depends on how you actually manage it. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, all right. For the viewers, we are now caught up and we are at the last question of the day. Thank you, Graham, once again for your time to jump on at the
problem.
last minute. To Stefan for helping with trying to find a replacement. And Brendan, as always, thank you very much. So, last question to Stefan. How important is it to you that a manager builds a relationship with its supporters?
It's not. It's nice. It's pretty. It's not be all and end all. I will not die if the manager thinks I'm a cunt. All I want the manager to do is do his fucking job. Win games, get the players playing properly. It's nice and all, but in the end,
It doesn't
player,
even matter.
supporters want their teams to play well. Like, fine, I disagree. There's people in our group that we have philosophical disagreements with. But guess what? Come game day, we sing the same songs, we jump in time, we drum together, we do everything properly, regardless of our opinions. So you know what? If argument's sake, well, not argument's sake, I thought Dalglish was a fucking idiot. But guess what? Dalglish got us to the next round of the Voyageurs Cup for the first time.
Right.
He's still an idiot, but he got us there. So you know what? Fine.
But
That's
it still falls within the purview of our philosophy of life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Brendan?
What was the question again?
Is it do you think it's good for managers to build a relationship with supporters?
I don't think it's important as much to build a relationship as in not to create a bad situation with them, if that makes sense. If a manager wanted to just, sit there, say nothing, do nothing, and not upset anyone, then do that. But don't go out of your way to piss people off. And one manager experience that really pissed people off that I know of was, I'm pretty sure it was DeCanio. And we were losing a lot in Sunderland. I can't remember if it was the year after a relegation battle or if it was the relegation battle, but we lost the game. And he went over to the supporters and going like this to tell them to keep their chins up. And we're like, fuck you. Just go win a fucking game for once, okay?
Yeah,
we don't need this shit right now. We don't need you, this piece of shit of a person, telling us what to do. Tell us to keep our heads up. How about you go win us a fucking game and then we'll lift our fucking heads, okay, bud? We don't work 5 days a week to go to the fucking games and watch you be a fucking dickhead.
By the way, before I get Graham's answer on this, Graham did start, speaking of Dalglish, when we one of our last times in W, Graham started the song and we all joined in. We all looked at Dalglish down the sideline and we were all like, Dalglish, give us a wave. And he was the only manager to wave back. So I'll give him that. Anyway, Graham, your answer?
Yeah, basically what it is it's they build a relationship through the media and stuff like that, and but not really a specific, like, I don't know, it's not a personal relationship type thing, but you know what I mean, it's just like honestly through the media, really. That's what I think.
Right, but it is good to at least acknowledge your supporters.
Yeah, of course it
You know,
is. Like
have
they
a
will, yeah, definitely.
good PR with them. You know.
Well,
Yeah,
give us a
exactly.
wave, that's fine, but we're not asking you to come get shit faced with us at the pub.
No,
No,
no, no.
exactly.
That's for that's for Fall V. That's for.
It's fine to acknowledge the supporters, but don't tell them what to fucking do when shit is going bad
Yes.
because of
Yes.
you.
Exactly.
Don't blame us.
Yes.
Don't blame us because you're doing a shit job. Don't blame anyone else except for you. The wins come onto managers. I don't give a shit what it comes down to. We've seen shit teams win before because of good managers. It's as simple as that. You can't get a team to win. Then
Wolves.
tough shit. And I just want to
Yes.
put this, since this is a manager episode, I just want to put this on the record. When MDS started in Ottawa, we hated them for the first year. It took us a long time
We were not a
to
fan
get used to
of
them. It wasn't until his second year turnabout. Every manager deserves a chance. I'm not saying every manager deserves as long as a chance, but I want to go on record of saying this. I have a very funny feeling we're going to leave the same first year with Atletico as we did with the Fury with MDS. Everyone's going to be on Mista's ass, but I feel like second year turnaround is going to come.
Now, hold on. To be fair, today was the first time I've ever seen a translator get a card.
Well, I want to know how he got the card. I want to know if he turned around and was like, hey, he told you to
come
go
on,
fuck
don't get
yourself.
the card. I want to know what was said. Like, this is interesting. Details.
I want to know if he was like, hey, he told you to go fuck yourself, and then he got a red card or yellow.
Yeah. You know what, honey? There's a flagpole. Go sit on it. Like, oh, come on. Yes, I know. I know a few viewers who look at me, Stefan.
I said a lot worse. I can tell you that. Fuck.
I know.
I'll send you some messages.
So as we're talking about MDS, my favorite saying of his was, he's told me, look, I have one thing to say. You want to talk? Go talk to the players. They are warriors. And he walked away.
Yep.
That was one of the greatest things he ever said to the media about the players.
Yep. All right. That concludes episode 20 of Boots and Scarves, the Football Managers episode. Once again, I want to acknowledge great thanks to Graham for jumping on at the last minute. Thank you, thank you. Good night to you, your family.
Yeah.
to Claire especially and mommy.
Yep.
Brendan, you're always welcome. I love having you on the show, man. You bring extra spice, and I love spice on the show. And Stefan for orchestrating everything behind the scenes. Follow us at Boot Scarves on Twitter, at Bytown Boys SC on Twitter, as well as the Facebook pages and group. Anything else to plug in?
One, Michael needs to learn how to be an adult when he drinks.
Bullshit.
It's called Hair of the Dog, sunshine.
Okay.
Let's watch Mighty Ducks 2. You'll understand. Second, we have our jersey competition, our jersey raffle going on. It's not a jersey that most people can wear because it's a medium, so it's a women's small. But it's the jersey that just unveiled at the kid unveiling. It's been signed, customized for Copeland. So
it has Copeland's name and number, and he signed it.
Yeah. We're raising funds for Gatineau Soccer, so Association Soccer Gatineau.
Shout out to Dylan.
Dylan and Loki.
Oh,
two of our Lungy lads in our group. That's what we're raising funds for. If we didn't have COVID, the group would actually be sponsoring Dylan's team. But due to COVID, we decided let's help the organization. So go to our website, bytownboys.ca. You'll get all the information regarding that. It's for a good cause, and we'll be doing the draw on our next viewing party on the 6th.
Cool. On that note, that concludes episode 20, Football Managers on Boots and Scarves. Salute, everybody. Thank you.